In recent years, the term greenwashing and its cognates have gained a renewed currency in online discussions of the connections between climate change, ecological degradation, and the predations of global capitalism. But what is greenwashing anyway? Well, most basically, the concept takes its cue from the more familiar notion of whitewashing. The oldest relevant meaning of the verb to whitewash is given in the Oxford English Dictionary as to cover or coat a wall, building, etc., with whitewash, a preparation of a powdered white mineral substance in water used for whitening walls and ceilings and as a protective coating for the bark of trees. But later, another meaning of the verb developed, namely, to conceal the faults or errors of, to free or attempt to free from blame, to provide with a semblance of honesty, respectability, rectitude, etc. And here the editors of the Oxford English Dictionary then add the note, frequently with negative connotations. We can see how both these meanings of whitewash come into play in a familiar passage from the Gospel of Matthew. There, Jesus says, "Woe to you, teachers of the law and Pharisees, you hypocrites! You are like whitewashed tombs, which look beautiful on the outside, but on the inside are full of the bones of the dead and everything unclean. In the same way, on the outside you appear to people as righteous, but on the inside you are full of hypocrisy and wickedness." Here, Jesus uses the image of whitewashed tombs to make a point about the teachers of the law and the Pharisees. Their looks are deceiving. Their beauty, their appearance of moral rectitude, is superficial and actually serves to draw attention away from their more fundamental hypocrisy and wickedness. In an analogous way, practices of greenwashing are supposed to serve to draw the attention of consumers in capitalist economies away from the ecologically unsound activities of the firms with which they do business by concocting, for any firm that avails itself of this strategy, a superficial appearance of ecological responsibility, hence the green in greenwashing. In the context in which it was coined, a 1986 essay by the ecologist Jay Westerveld, the term greenwashing was applied to the hotel industry's practice of promoting the reuse of in-room towels so as to save water, and thus to save the environment. Westerveld considers this practice to be an example of greenwashing because the hotels in question only rarely make serious efforts to reduce waste. Instead, they get to save some money on laundry costs. Other forms of greenwashing range from the rather simple, as in the case of British Petroleum's current logo, say, which features a vaguely flower or vegetation-shaped design rendered predominantly in two pleasant shades of green, to the more complicated. Witness the ubiquitous claim that this bottle is made of at least 30% recycled plastic, or post-consumer waste. What is essential in all such cases of greenwashing is supposed to be the attempt to reduce the relevant consumer's awareness of activities that are deeply compromised, ecologically speaking, by interposing a superficial good that the consumer associates with being green. But, as a wise frog once said, it ain't easy being green. And the form of attempted mollification involved in greenwashing can have the terrible effect of preventing both consumers and firms in capitalist economies from addressing the root causes of ecological degradation.